Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play Avadon the Black Fortress. When we left off last time, we went all the way down to the bottom of the Avadon dungeons, and we actually found the Crypt of the Keepers there, and Redbeard himself, but we did not find Shadow Tarkus. So let's check in with Eye Mamora over here and see if he has anything to say about that. Oh, well. Well, I was in the lower cells and learned something interesting about one of Avadon's officials, but I don't know that I want to say anything. Do I really want to say anything to Eye Mamora about that? We learned that Heart Miranda was married to a guy who tried to assassinate Redbeard, and that guy died, and Miranda was thoroughly searched, her mind all gone through, she'd known nothing about it, and she's allowed to keep her position. And she's very trusted, as she is now. I don't think I should spread it around. I feel like Redbeard obviously knows. He's the one who her husband attempted to assassinate. So he clearly knows who she is and what her involvement, well, lack of involvement was in it. And he chooses to trust her. I don't know, I would feel kind of scummy spreading around this rumor now, because it might kind of smear her name a bit, cast some doubt on her motives, and I mean, if Redbeard thinks she's cool, then, I mean, he'd know better than anybody, so we're not going to mention that. Alright, well, bummer, because I was hoping he would say something about Shadow Tarkus, whom we did not find. Crap. So then, Tarkus has to be somewhere else. Search lower tunnels and see if he is hiding down there. I mean, I didn't see him, but the quest is not complete and we don't have a dialogue option, so I'm feeling like he's probably there and I missed him. Dang it! Alright. Let's remember how to go back down in the southeast corner, is what it said right there. Also. Oh, this is one of those rune doors. There's nothing I can do with that. Oh, there's a door stopping me from clicking on. Okay, what door do I need to open to get over here? Oh, good grief. This. It'd be nice if it would show me the doors that are stopping me from clicking where I want to go. Well, we'll get there. Team? Better. Alright, so... is that the stairs? Yes. That's where we need to go. Just go over here. To lower cells. Closed. Alright, so... I mean, we looked at all this, but I must have missed something, so let's just go all the way back down. Let's go all the way back to the crypt and start the search there. And to get there, we need not those stairs, these stairs now. Those stairs we needed to open this one. So we can just head right over here now. We went to all the side rooms. Right, this map looks good. Yeah, we got a nice thick white border along the edge of it. There's nothing missed. Well, I mean, there's not like an area that I didn't just obviously go to. There could be something that I missed that I need to interact with in the environment, but... Alright, and same thing here. Okay. Yeah, it does look like we went through the whole of the map that was available. So that was the escapees camp. We took them out. Tarkus was nothing to do with them, unfortunately. It would have been nice to just knock that all out at once. Okay, and then this was the other stairway, and we went down that way before. So. What did I miss here in these burial cells? Maybe nothing. Now this is very suspicious. This is what I gotta get to. So how do I make that happen? Alright, let's go down here again. Although it does look like we went everywhere we could. And we looked at all of these. We already clicked on all of the sarcophagi. Okay. So we need to figure out how to get here. Which... I'm assuming this was how Redbeard got down here. So maybe I need to go all the way to Avadon proper and look for a path there? But... is that really what I want to do? It seems like my best guess at this point. Because I already clicked on all this stuff. Okay, let's try that other path. Why isn't it letting me? Oh, because I can't click over there. Duh. Gotta go back up and then down. Anyhow, I want to go back to this side and see if there's anything I didn't notice there first time around. So then. No, actually I need to cut through here, don't I? No. None of these rooms. Just go over here. I gotta cut through somewhere. How do I get there? Yeah, they're gonna take the best pathway to it automatically. Alright, there we go. Down the stairs. That's just decorations on the wall. What do we have here? Oh, there's... No, that's the other one. I'm getting all excited about nothing. The stairs down! No, that's the other side. This isn't anything. We already checked that nest. This is a dead end. We looked at that. Yeah, I'm not feeling like... I think there's probably something more going on. We don't want to mess with that again, because we want to keep the way down to those lower levels opened. Well then. I know, we took the time to come all the way down here. For naught. I think the move now is to head back upstairs. And we've got a new door open in Avadon, right? To teleport over for our newest quest, our newest official quest. So we could go check out that part. We'll look around there. I kind of want to follow up and see what's going on with Janelle as well. And we can always just come back to this later. Perhaps. I think that might be what we do. Alright. Let's get out of here. Maybe we'll talk to Miranda. Talk to her directly about the records we saw. I mean, it seems kind of rude, but I am interested to hear what some of our NPCs have to say about it. I just don't want to say anything to Eye Mamora, because there's a lot of suspicion going on in Avadon, and I don't want to start up any rumors, you know. Redbeard trusts her, and I'm going to trust his judgment. I don't want to be the new hand who stirs up rumors about Miranda and then gets herself in a bunch of trouble. So, Miranda is over here. Hey there, Miranda. That's not the button I meant to hit. I want to talk to you. Okay. It's none of my business, and this is probably a painful memory, but I learned something about you in the dungeons, and I would like to ask about it. Heart Miranda frowns. The air in her chamber suddenly becomes very chilly. Oh, really? You've been digging up information on people in Avadon, including your superiors? Tell me, what have you learned? Well, I mean, it might be smart to say, nothing, never mind, but we're already on her radar. She knows we know something. We've already infuriated her, so you were engaged to someone who tried to kill Redbeard. Her face flushes red. She would not look more startled if you slapped her. You dare! You answer my decades of loyal service by throwing this in my face. After all I have done and sacrificed, she's right. It doesn't matter if it's true. I mean, she's totally right here. Redbeard trusts her. She was not involved in it. It is really pretty crappy of me to have brought this up and asked her about it. She deserves to be able to just move past this thing and not have to think about it again. And she is highly trusted, and I believe with reason. Like, I don't know, I trust her. I trust her. I'm really sorry I shouldn't have asked. But you did. Avadon rarely forgives errors. I never do. You are fortunate that I have dire need of hands. Now leave and hope that I forgive you. She waves you away. Oh, she hates me now! That actually really bothers me, and I shouldn't have said that to her. My impulse to not tell Mamora was right, but I should have extended it to not asking her as well. I almost want to go back and load and just not ask her, because it's none of my business. But I chose to ask. This is what my curiosity got me. I knew it was rude to ask, and I did anyhow, so we'll live with the consequences of our mistakes. But I totally agree with her on this. I mean, she's right. It was pretty gross of me to ask her. Alright. Moving on then. Here's where we need to go. Let's check out this area. This is where we need to go, right? Or is it tricking me again? No, it's tricking me again. So where is the pillar to where we want to go next? We should, over here? We should have another portal we can find. Over here? This looks promising, yeah. Dang it, I really regret upsetting Miranda. I like her and I want to be on her good side. This is the legendary library of Avadon. Books on history, magic, and the many languages and cultures of Linnaeus surround you. The library is cared for by a number of eyes who watch you with mistrust when you get close to their precious tomes. Alright. Ooh. Speaking of precious tomes. This is one of the catalogs for the Avadon Library. They have thousands of rare tomes here, some centuries old. Taking them out of the library for any reason subjects all but the most influential to gruesome penalties. So read them in here if you're gonna. Okay, this is the same. What's this? Cannot pick it. Not that I would really need to, but... It's not for me. This is a book about the first stage. Well, let's have a look. The first stage. Where's it at? Oh. Click on the correct thing. Good grief. Codex. Okay. The first stage. The treaty that formed the pact was signed by representatives of the 5 member states in cycle 6000, 312 years before the current date. Overlord Hanvar of Holklanda, architect of the pact, was present at the signing. He even had several years to appreciate the triumph before his assassination. There were several years of predictable tumult after the signing. Each member state had its own little civil war, as proud citizens who refused to surrender any sovereignty to outsiders emerged and were crushed. Of course, Hanvar was so associated with the creation of the Alliance that assorted bounty hunters, assassins, and shadow walkers were falling over themselves to be the one to kill him first. Eventually, of course, someone succeeded. Once those who objected to this new order were safely dead, a new and unprecedented period of peace and prosperity came to the Pact's members. The Pact members no longer spent valuable resources fighting each other. Instead, they were free to defend themselves from the Farlands. These states, in turn, were never united, and their raids and barbarian incursions were met by powerful defenders. Within decades, these scattered and demoralized states did little without the permission of the Pact. Alas, the 5 Pact states remained proud. On the surface, they were united and strong. Underneath, national pride and ancient grudges conspired to break the alliance apart. Whoops! Did not mean to close it. Let's finish that up. There we go. Resentment turned to violence in cycle 6203, and the Black Age began. There. For some reason, I was thinking this was like clicking down to give me more text, and no, it closes it all. So, who are all these people? They're just eyes. What's this? The third age. Well, it seems like there's probably a second age somewhere then, right? Let's wander a bit before we read that. There's the portal, right? No? No. Who? Hi, Leira. She wants to talk to me. What's up? Come here. There's an old woman wandering among the library shelves. She inspects everything intently, swooping in instantly to correct anything that is out of place. She may seem unsteady on her feet, but when she sees a scroll in the wrong position on a shelf, she is all action. Then she sees you. First she inspects your hands to make sure that you aren't about to get grime on her precious tomes. Then she says, in a whispery voice, "Ah, Hand, haven't seen many of you in here over the last few weeks. I am Leira, head librarian. I hope you are here to assist me." Yeah, I'd be happy to help. First, though, tell me about the library. She looks at the impeccably ordered line of books with pride. The Library of Avadon is the envy of Linnaeus, the finest accumulation of information in the known lands. There's no better libraries anywhere? She smiles faintly. There were, especially in the Tawan Empire. Then my eyes got to them. They rated all the best books, eh? Why does Avadon need such a library? It's because we need information. Come on. Her voice is flat, as if reciting a speech memorized long ago. The job of Avadon is to protect the Pact. It does so by watching all lands for threats. We cannot see a threat without understanding the people. We cannot understand the many people of Linnaeus without the knowledge here. Yeah, that's fair. So, do hands ever get books for you? Leira smiles. They try, but they tend to be damaged and dirty and useless. However, if you find any papers of magical interest in your travels, we would accept them for inspection and reimburse you for the effort. I have some arcane scrolls. I do realize how hands hate to do anything for free. What sort of books do you keep? We keep what we need to understand the cultures. Not just histories, but legends and tales. Good! Legends and tales are the best. Works of etiquette, language studies. If you need to understand Svorgald or the Kva, or the sources of the corruption, you come here. And I can take out any book I want. I have a feeling it's going to be no. Leira finally shows an emotion. Horror. Of course not. The hands would only destroy my valuable tomes. Only hearts, and the keeper himself may take works from the library. Alrighty, I have another question. Can I at least read them under your oversight in the library? Leira speaks with you, her voice never rising above a whisper. As you talk, something about her seems strangely disconnected. It is as if she has to concentrate carefully to interact with people. Well, she's more comfortable with her books. So, how long have you served in Avadon? There's a long pause, long enough to make you wonder if she heard the question. Then she says, I've been in Avadon for almost 50 years, almost as long as Redbeard. I have served him for a long time. What, longer than you've been in Avadon? Long enough to earn my title. She smiles wryly. He likes having me around. He likes that I tell my story. Okay. I want to know everything about you. So, where are you from? I'm from Holklanda, though I've been here for so long that I barely remember it. It is a proud place, and some there resent the power Avadon has over it. She stopped speaking for a moment. But I am telling my tale unbidden now. No, I want your tale, but first, what's your title? They call me one of Redbeard's wives. A joke that I never found funny in the slightest. Aha. Will you tell me your story? Of course. I came here from Holklanda with 2 others, both hands. Our goal was to assassinate Redbeard. We settled in as best we could, learned the workings of the fortress, and waited. Really? Why did you want to kill him? Because some in Holklanda hated the power an outsider had over them. They are all long gone now. It's been so long that I can remember few of the details. I'm curious why she's telling me this, but first, what happened? He found out. He always finds out. I imagine he suspected us from the beginning, so we were taken to the dungeons. And what'd they do to you? They read all contained within our minds, and used it. They did not touch our bodies. They did not need to. Then Redbeard came to me personally. He knew that I was broken. He offered me this post, as a servant and living example. I accepted. I mean, that seems like kind of a sweet deal in a way. Kind of. Not really, because she came there with the goal to kill him, but, after the fact, your attempt to assassinate this person was unsuccessful. He's kind of leader of the pact, so your country is under that jurisdiction. You could be in a whole lot of trouble. They could have killed you, but instead he's like, well, you can just live here, work in the library. I assume that she gets food and, room and board. That's a lot better than stay forever in jail, or exile, or cast her out broken and find your own way. Yeah, she's an example, but she's a pretty highly trusted example. What about your 2 companions? They would never submit. They were true believers. They were executed. The bodies were burned, and their ashes returned to Holklanda. Well, and you've been here ever since? Yes, unharmed, except that the reading of my mind left me disconnected. Or maybe it was not the reading. Maybe I've been broken by the knowledge of my failure, my surrender. It doesn't. She does sound really unhappy, doesn't she? It does not matter. I became a new person, a servant of Avadon, comfortable and loyal. Well, comfortable, so maybe she kind of is. There's no point in ever opposing Redbeard. That is the lesson, and my tale is done. How else can I help you? Well, I don't know. I'm still... This is the second example that Redbeard's left around. We have the guy just stuck in stasis in the dungeon. I don't know. I'm kind of with him, though. People are constantly trying to kill him. Here he is, trying to maintain the pack and keep things in order and keep the Farlands from running rampant over all the countries of the pact. I could see the value of having some living examples. Oh! I've learned something about you. You are the one who betrayed your companions. Do I really need to upset every single wife of Redbeard? No, I think we learned our lesson with infuriating Miranda. We don't need to be on the librarian's bad side too. We're not gonna. So you said you need assistance. Yes, and the hands have been unable to help me so far. I understand, in fact, that you are one of the few hands left actually in Avadon. Yeah, that's true. The recent disturbances in the fortress released several beasts that were under study. Some of them have taken up residence in our stacks, keeping us from obtaining needed tomes. Would you kindly destroy them? Oh yeah, I am totally up for that. What do you know about these creatures, though? What am I up against? They're skeletons. We are eyes, not warriors. Simply go upstairs and strike them until they no longer move. We would be happy to clean up the mess when you are finished. Oh, well, thanks. Actually, that's ideal. All I gotta do is go in and smack things. My favorite thing to do. I will help you. She nods. Then I will have the door to the tower unlocked for you. Let me know when it is safe for my scribes to ascend. Alright. Do I have another question? So, how long have you served? Tell me your story, because I want to know, why are you telling me this? Her eyes betray no emotion. Because it is part of my purpose here. As a librarian, I educate. This story teaches the futility of opposing Redbeard. Alrighty. Well, we will help her out. It is important to help out libraries. First, though. The end of the black... Ooh! Gained a level from that. The end of the Black Age. I know you have work for me. I just talked to you about it. What do we got here? I want to find the second... Oh, there it is. Okay. Right? No, that's the Black Age. And then this one I clicked on already, right? Yeah. First age. We're finding everything that's not the Second Age. Where's the book about the Second Age? Okay, well, let's look at what we've got. Well, no, it did say at the end of the First Age, it talked about the Black Age began. So the Black Age is next, and then the end of the Black Age, but we're missing the Second Age still. But these two are in order. So, Black Age. The Black Age, which began in Cycle 6203, was a long series of wars between Pact states. For over 30 years, while Hanvar's council met and pretended things were well, the states they represented fought each other constantly and viciously. The Black Age had many causes: trade disputes, old grudges, patches of miserable land whose ownership had been disputed for centuries, the belief of all parties involved that their culture and beliefs were superior to those of everyone else. The result was chaos. First raids, waylaid caravans, punishing tariffs, and minor incursions of troops over the borders of others. But things escalated. The Black Age's official beginning was marked by Hoklanda sending over 1,000 warriors into Baraza Woods, where we are going to go. Land long claimed by neighboring Kalimdariel. Many soldiers on both sides died. This triggered a variety of treaties and informal agreements, some centuries old. Soon the western half of the Pact, Hoklanda and the Wild Realm, were in an informal war with the eastern half, Lakfa and Kalimdariel. Duram on the east coast tried not to pick sides. In turn, they found themselves unsupported when the raiders of Svorgald came calling. And, of course, the Farlands wasted no time in taking advantage of the chaos. For the first time in over a century, raiding wretches and barbarians took a bloody toll on the lands of the Pact. So, how did they go about ending that? In the years before Cycle 6237, the members of the Pact realized the extent of their mistake. The Black Age, over 3 decades of civil war, had erased all gains of the First Age. The Farlands ran wild. Hanvar's council still met regularly, but it had no power or influence. And then, as before, a lone hero rose to save them. A woman named Leira, one of the representatives of Duram and Hanvar's council, left the council and became a neutral diplomat. A neutral, bloodthirsty diplomat who worked to negotiate a peace and used her massive private fortune to hire a host of assassins. Those who opposed her work in the name of peace tended to die mysteriously. Leira's work was actually fairly easy in some ways. All members of the Pact wanted a face-saving way to end their conflict. They were eager to stop fighting, but how would peace, once attained, be maintained? Leira's stroke of genius was the creation of Avadon, a fortress and enforcer, independent and impartial, staffed with her own assassins, who would stand apart and crush all who acted against the stability of the Pact. The Treaty of the Five Powers was signed in Cycle 6237. It ended the war and compelled the 5 states of the Pact to provide money and resources to form Avadon. Now an independent force would watch them and rein them in, for their own good. I mean, this sounds a little ominous. It's staffed by her assassins. She assassinated people to get there. But she did, I don't know, she managed to wrangle 5 countries into agreeing it, so... And otherwise it was civil war. I'm not convinced that it's necessarily a terrible thing. Alright then, so, where do we want to go from here? Well, not through there. Here's my portal, right? Yep. And we do not want to go to Calendarial just yet. We should go ahead and get this. About the Wild Realm, because we will be going there. In terms of land, the Wild Realm is the largest of the 5 states in the Midlands Pact. In population, it is, by a narrow margin, the smallest. Of course, that is only counting human population. If you count the drakes, warwolves, and other lethal pets of the Wild Realm's tribes, the number goes way up. Ignoring the tamed beasts of the western tribes is a lethal mistake. The Wild Realm is not so much a nation as a loose, very loose, confederation of barbarian tribes. They're not insulted by the word barbarian. In fact, they claim it with great pride. As the rest of Linnaeus moved into stone cities with thick walls, the tribesfolk of the Wild Realm continued to roam their vast plains and woods. Normally, in any conflict between cities and tribes, the cities win. But the shamans of the Wild Realm, with their powerful chants and lethal reptilian servants, have done well maintaining their independence. Though the tribes love to fight each other, for land, for supplies, for artifacts, they will unite in an instant to deal with invaders. The Wild Realm's time in the Pact has not been without strife. The individual tribes fiercely claim absolute control over their lands. They tend to demand tolls from soldiers and merchants from the rest of the Pact who wish to cross, a violation of the terms of the Pact. This has led to bloodshed, and it will doubtless continue to. And this is why Janelle left us, because she's so concerned that they need to be able to charge their tolls, which I think is ridiculous. Okay, and then this is just connecting back to where we've already been. Okay, so how do I get to the upper level of the library? Oh, probably over here, where we have a locked door, and she said she would give me a key, so let's try it. There we go. Dust and flakes of parchment are heavy in the air back here. You sneeze. This passage must lead to back storage for less useful tomes. It is cold and still, unnaturally so. You hear an unnerving clicking, scraping sound coming from the top of the stairs. Skeletons. Look at all these pages on the ground. Ooh, group here. Do I get a group when I go upstairs? Nope. Just me on my own. Well, we'll see if I can handle it. These are the deep stacks of the Avadon library, where thousands of musty tomes on every conceivable topic are stored in a seemingly endless array of bookshelves. The librarians have not come up here recently, and you soon realize why. It is very dark and deathly cold, and you can hear something in the shadows, something softly scraping along the stone corridors. You find yourself checking to make sure that your weapon is handy, which is probably a great idea. Skeleton! There's a lot of them. But they go down pretty quick, so... I mean, none of them are even hitting me, so I think we'll be fine. Save my MP in case I come against something really tough that I actually need it for. Alright. Ooh. That's a bummer. A ghoul. Alright, well, we got kind of a lot going on now, so let's just poison them all. Oh, or not. maybe use some of these scrolls that I never use. We could charm a foe. That's useful. Oh, I do have resurrection scrolls. I just need to pay better attention. Lightning, fire, circle of fire. That should be pretty good here. Wonderful. Well, that one hit me kind of hard. Probably time to heal myself. Oops. Oh, that was crappy. Okay, crap. Okay, so obviously I need to get my lizard out and do that a little better. But we are... Ah, crap. We're way back there. Alright then. Well, I think what I'm going to do then... I have a lot of stuff I have to do over. Shoot. Alright, in this case, because I bungled it, let me go ahead and wind the episode down here. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this. Come back and next time, we're going to do a bunch of stuff over again, because, yeah, I'm back in the dungeon. Okay. So, well, this time I will not talk to Miranda about her shady past. We'll just leave that all alone. It's not really shady. She wasn't even involved. I'll just go right back to the library. I'll talk everything through with Leira again. I'll go upstairs. I'll get through that first batch of skeletons, and I'll meet you, like, right near that batch that just killed me. And, yeah, we'll carry on from there. We'll finish that library quest, then we'll go back and see if Leira has anything else for us. If she doesn't, then I think the next thing I want to focus on is I really want to go track down Janelle. Finish up that. And, yeah, then we'll look at our quests after that and decide what we want to do next.